Welcome to Spirits and Screams.
Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome to Spirits and Screams. Tonight we're going to be deep diving into the terrifying new horror film from Neon called Longlegs. This one stars Nicolas Cage and Maika Monroe, and it's written and directed by Osgood Perkins. I'm really excited. Let's get right into this. Longlegs from 2024. FBI Agent Lee Harker is assigned to an unsolved serial killer case that takes an unexpected turn, revealing evidence of the occult. Harker discovers a personal connection to the killer and must stop him before he strikes again. Directed by Osgood Perkins, starring Nicolas Cage and Maika Monroe. You guys, I saw this one in theaters and I thoroughly enjoyed it. It was a really great time. I've already watched it a couple of times since, and I'm definitely buying this one for my collection. It's put out by Neon, and we've been seeing some good stuff from them, and I think we're going to continue to see some good stuff. I believe Chris Stuckman's new film is going to be released by them too. Am I wrong about that? I thought that's what I heard. So that's pretty fun. Can't wait to see that one also. And like I said, this one stars Nicolas Cage, Maika Monroe, and Alicia Witt, as well as Blair Underwood. And you know, I watched the movie, and it didn't dawn on me until afterwards that that's who that was. I personally haven't seen him in anything for a long time, so I'd forgotten, but that was pretty cool that he's in this one. So the story is heavily focused on FBI agent Lee Harker, who's played by Maika Monroe. She was in movies like Watcher and It Follows. I'm sure you guys know that. She's really good in this too. Completely different kind of character. And it focuses on her, and she's assigned to this unsolved serial killer case that focuses on the occult. That's kind of what they uncover as they go along. And yeah, really creepy and really, really fun. I really enjoyed this one. And just so you know up front, this review will have no spoilers because I know a lot of you haven't seen this yet, and I don't want to do that to you. So I'm going to try to talk about it without spoilers. It's going to be hard, but I'm going to try. So Lee is this really detailed, very particular, analytic kind of character with kind of a haziness about her, and I guess that is kind of the embodiment of her being somewhat clairvoyant in the film. And when you add that together with the atmospheric feel, man, it is so creepy, and it just starts off very calm and it jumps right into, you know, jump scares kind of thing. Not jump scares, but it just kind of shocks you right off at the top. Oh man, totally my jam. I really loved this. The movie has this quiet stillness about it, and it's kind of monochromatic, and it has sort of a Hitchcock style filming quality to it, lots of angles like he would do, and that just adds so much tension to the film. That accompanied with Maika's acting abilities, which she's very like stone-faced, but you can see there's so much tension and stuff behind her eyes that's going on. It's just very mysterious and very creepy, and that all together just is such a great, refreshing style of film. I really enjoyed this a lot, and you know, I've said I haven't enjoyed a lot of new films recently, but I really got a kick out of this. I thought it was so good, and it was enough to make me watch it again, because there's lots of parts that are sort of ambiguous and you're not exactly sure. Well, you kind of are. The storyline's kind of laid out for you, but when you think about it, when I think about it, my mind goes into really bizarre directions and things that could possibly be there. They leave a few things open-ended too, so it just makes me want more. And I really love that in a film. It kind of gives me that vibe of Moloch, the same type of feel that I had for watching that film too. That atmospheric quality that's so incredible. And it's kind of like a murder mystery as well, but they incorporate the supernatural into it, so it's so fun. The whole film is set in the 90s, but in Oregon, but it zips back to 20 years prior to the 70s when the film starts out, and then it flips back to the 90s. The way that they do this, the filming and the props, the costumes, all of it is so well done. I felt like I was watching a movie from back then. I really did. And I so enjoy that when people pull that off, because man, that's refreshing. Having been a kid in the 70s and, you know, being in university in the 90s, oh, so much fun to see something like that. And they did a bang on job. And they've got Polaroid cameras and Tupperware. Maika's character, Lee, her mom, in her house has all of her Tupperware piled inside of itself, sitting on top of the fridge. Man, flashback to my childhood, to go in my friends' houses or to my, you know, in my own house, my parents' house, having that, seeing that. Wow, it's so comforting and so amazing. I thought that was really cool. Very, very perfect. The opening scene, we have this little girl and a car. She's outside in her backyard. There's, you know, nice house, and it's snowing, so there's snow covering the ground. It's not actually snowing, but the snow's covered the ground. The sky is overcast. It's just, I come from a place where there was a lot of snow that way, and flashes me back to that too. Very quiet, very still. If you haven't ever been in snow, you wouldn't appreciate that, but I think if you had, you'd get it. You know, being in your winter clothes outside, playing, and she looks over and sees that there's this vehicle parked there in front of her house, and then there's a man, and it's kind of that kind of thing where it starts off very, very creepy. But that feeling of quietness in the snow, when it's kind of overcast and darker, being outside can be so very creepy, especially when you're a kid, that it's just so haunting to watch that. They really captured something amazing doing that. I don't know if they really thought about that when they were putting it all together, but I don't know, all the elements really come together well to make the atmosphere really, really scary, in my opinion. Without giving away spoilers, there are so many elements and segments of this film that just really kind of make you wonder and think, and are really creepy. And it's hard to talk about it without giving spoilers, but I don't want to do that. It's got such a believable quality to it because it's this murder mystery investigation type of thing. It seems so realistic, and just that puts you right into it, makes it seem so scary. And so my mind, seeing the different parts of it, they're a little ambiguous, make my mind wander and go crazy, like, and that's just so much more terrifying to me than actually seeing it happen in front of me. So yeah, it really scared me. So I read it made 100 million, I guess, at the box office in opening weekend, and it is the highest grossing indie film ever. So I've read. I don't know if that's true or whatever, but I believe it. I mean, it's pretty incredible. I love that it was so unique and different. And like I said, it's refreshing. It's something fun to watch. And we haven't seen a lot of really good things the last couple of years. It kind of gave me the same excitement as the movie Smile did, because I really liked that one too. It just was so different in the time that I watched it. And so, yeah, it's well worth the watch if you haven't seen it yet. And it's good to re-explore again too, because it's really got a lot going on there. So in the story, the FBI is following along these weird satanic coded letters that they keep finding. And what's happening, to try to figure out what's going on, and what's happening is these letters are being found at the homes of these seems like random houses with families where the father kills the whole family and then unalives himself. And they're wondering, maybe there's some other person involved making all of this happen. It seems to be happening consistently on, I believe, the 14th of every month. The kid that is in the family, a daughter that's 9, that has a birthday on the 14th. that's the family that's getting targeted, and there are these weird encrypted letters, and the father does all this stuff, and they just can't figure out what's going on. So they bring Lee in because she's quite good at what she does, and she's going to try to uncover it and figure it out. So anyways, this is the whole storyline, and it kind of goes on through the investigation. It gets weirder and weirder and weirder. There's tons of plot twists and strange things that happen that you really don't predict. At least I didn't as I was watching it. And it makes they do introduce a little bit of this supernatural element to it, so it's really, really creepy. Right up my alley, and a lot of fun. They have this one girl who's grown up now, and she's in a mental hospital. She's like a sole survivor of this whole thing that's been going on for quite some time. And her character and her role is so freaking creepy. You got to watch it just for that. Really, really wild, really strange. So much fun though. And Nick Cage, his makeup is absolutely incredible. He plays a really good part. He's not in it a lot, but he's in it just enough to be really creepy. He's playing, I guess, this like ex or retired, hairband, androgynous looking person that he sings and stuff in it. Crazy, but he does. And he's had, like, the kind of person who's had so many plastic surgeries that are botched. He just keeps having more and more to give him that sort of look. And so it's, a lot of the story, the characters and the things that happen are sad, really sad. And it's so perfect for horror because it's sad, but then it gets really scary and creepy and wild all at the same time. So I love that kind of thing. Really, really fun. And with the murder mystery kind of deal and the investigation kind of on it, that they're trying to uncover stuff, I think that's just amazing. I just love that whole storyline. I really hope that we get more, like another one from this, that it carries on, and I think it could. But yeah, I'd like to see another one of this for sure. Okay, and Oz Perkins wrote and directed this film, and of course Oz is son of the late great Anthony Perkins of Psycho fame, and he totally looks a lot like him. It's really crazy. He's got a brother too, and I read that the brother, well, I know from looking it up, the brother did the musical score to the film, which is over the top incredible, and apparently that score is available for download as well as on vinyl. Oh my god, I'd love to get that on vinyl and just listen to it. So creepy. And I guess it should say his brother's name is Elvis Perkins, so if you want to check it out, you can go look for that and listen to it, because I highly recommend it. It's really cool. All the characters are just so well done. The acting's really good. It just makes it all so creepy, and in their own little ways, they're very creepy. I keep saying creepy. Creepy. I don't know why I keep saying that, but I can't think of another word to describe it, how the film made me feel. I watched a bunch of interviews with Oz Perkins about this film. And one of his inspirations at the beginning was Silence of the Lambs. He really loved the feel of that film. But he wanted to create something that was not generic and something that was very different, but that would appeal to a lot of people. And you can tell when you listen to this guy talk, man, talent. He's inspired by great films. And he talked about not being inspired by bad films, because why, like, get inspired by the great works of art. And he seems like an artist in his process, very creative, and can't quite explain how he does things or how it gets to where it gets. It just seems to go there when you're using it from inside your heart to put it out there. Love that. The same kind of thing when I'm doing my art, my paintings and that kind of thing. People ask me, how do you do that? Because I do a lot of realistic type of drawings. And, when you try to explain how you do it, you just do it. You can't really explain. There's not really a format or a method that you could teach someone how to do it. You just kind of do it from within you and put it down, and hope that people get it. And so I could really relate to that when he was talking that way. And I'm really looking forward to seeing more of his work down the road. I've also heard about The Black Coat's Daughter. That's supposed to be a really great film from him. I haven't seen it yet, and I'm definitely going to be watching that one soon because it seems like it's right up my alley. Definitely have to check that one out. But yeah, in the interview, it just seems incredible how he kind of put things together, and he'd never met Nicolas Cage before, and you know, Nick agreed to come on board and do the film, and both of them in interviews actually talked about how they both kind of clicked and had things in common with parents, and were able to draw from that. But yeah, if you guys want to check it out, just Google it. You can certainly see some of the interviews that he's done and that Nick Cage has done on this film. Really, really interesting. He said the film itself is definitely inspired by David Lynch films, and he also said that the 70s stuff was filmed on negative. I don't know what that means. I'll have to look that up. I'm not really familiar with filming that kind of films, you know. And that the camera was put sort of as an observational camera point rather than rushing through, so that the camera's watching and letting stuff kind of come and evolve. And the actors were kind of that way too. He would also frame the shot like if he was doing a close-up, he wouldn't do a close-up like this. He would do it like this with some space above, because there's all kinds of stuff happening in that space above the person's face, and that can be incredibly creepy. Even if you don't see anything, you get that feel like there's something there that's going to get you, or it's going to jump out at you. And I thought that was amazing. I really want to learn more about all of that kind of stuff too, because I find that fascinating. I think that will definitely help with me doing my reviews and appreciating films and filmmaking. He also agreed to wanting a VHS look for the film. I think that's amazing, because all of these things are so, wow, it just puts the whole movie right over the top when you see them. And I could see all of that. I didn't understand it or know what it was he was doing to create that, but I definitely could appreciate it and see it, and learning about it now just makes me love the film even more. Maika has this sort of very iconic stillness about the way she's acting in this film, and so much comes out of it. You can read so much in her face and see so much more there. So there's that, you know, dynamic element in all the minimalism. And Nick Cage is iconic. I mean, he's amazing. He's such a huge talent, and it's really neat how he was able to like come up with this character and portray it, because I think it's very creepy. You know, very, very creepy. Anyways, if you guys have seen this film, let me know in the comments section what you thought. Even if you didn't like it, I'd still love to hear about it and chat. You know I love to chat. Make sure long comments down below too. Yeah, so for my review, because I think that's about all I can talk about now without getting into spoilers. For my review, I am definitely giving this a hard 5 out of 5. Spirits and Screams cult classic. I freaking love this film, and I highly, highly, highly recommend that you go watch it. If you can, check it out, you know, and definitely let me know what you think. And if you like this video, don't forget to give me a like, because it helps me out a lot. And subscribe to the channel, but only if you want to. Only if you really want to. But I'd love to have you here and be part of the crew, and we can talk movies, because it's fun, right? Especially horror movies and scary supernatural stuff too. Really, really fun. You guys, I have tons of stuff coming out. I'm working so hard at the website, the art, all the fun things, Patreon, and everything. So, and I'm even making a series of plushie keychains that are so much fun. I can't even believe it. But you guys, sign up for the newsletter on the website. The website's still under, you know, construction, but it's coming. And stay tuned here to see what happens down the road. But it's getting to be almost spooky season. I'm so excited. I've got lots of reviews coming, and yeah, stay tuned for that. So you guys, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your evening, and that you enjoyed this video, and I will see you again really soon, you guys. Bye.